You're listening to the Things About Nature podcast. Coming to you from a city that never sleeps is me, your host, Rockshana. I invite you to join me in truly honest, passionate, and fun talks that motivate, invigorate, and maybe inspire. Even though we're no longer in the mile high, the sky is still the limit. Everything and anything goes. So let's start talking about things of that nature. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into this episode of the Things About Nature podcast. I'm your host, Rockshana, and I can already tell I have a really fun guest for you. We've already been talking, and I actually forgot to hit the record button for a little bit. So today's guest is Gez Perez. Hey Gez, how's it going?
Rockshana, I'm super grateful to be here, and we just hit it off, so that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, the hitting it off is always natural when it happens, and I love it. Just getting to know someone. I think podcasts in general, like I started this podcast just to talk to people who I didn't know. I got bored, COVID, right?
Yeah.
So being able to talk to you all the way to Australia and us connected, like that's awesome. I love it.
Likewise, and connecting with you and seeing your story and your journey, it's epic. I think the preparation and things that you're doing and making a difference and just going out there and shining your light is even amazing.
Man, thanks. I needed that today. So thank you. It's been a weird day, but it's been great. We're here and it's the people you talk to that make this a great day. And maybe that's it's just part of you because you're a speaker, right?
Yeah. So like for me, I coach professionals, teams, organizations to get motivated without the hype, using the proven methods and agility that I use. It's called the Thrive Performance Model in 3 aspects. Very, very simple. And so I'm an author as well, podcaster, top 4 in Australia at the moment. Nice. And I'm on a mission to, help people thrive in life and in business and meeting awesome people like yourself and connecting, collaborating, and also making a difference to those who are listening into this podcast show because today is your day. And get ready. It's going to be awesome. Loving it already.
Nice. I like your mission. It's very inspirational and keep doing it no matter what.
Love it.
You said something. Oh man, I had it in my thought. It'll come back to me. It'll totally come back to me.
I love this format. We go with the flow and anything that comes through it, it's all organic, right? It's all about authenticity. And I think as you as a person being authentic, that's how you have that law of attraction and being you. So and you really got the mindset and I can see your crowns behind the scenes. I'm like, wow, my sister's been in the journey and I can share, that type of aspect because, helping her through her mindset, what it takes to prep. There's a lot to it and not just the beauty, but it's also from the inside out, that confidence, right? And you've got that. So, man, I can just really feel your confidence already. It's just amazing.
Thanks, man. You make me blush over here. I love it. Now, you started your journey 18, right?
Yeah, I started 18 as a motivation speaker, but through that, I had health issues. And the reason why I am today is I've gone through a health journey. And I think I was in a corporate world as a project manager at the time. And I just had, I call it stress eating. And I just kept on eating and eating and eating. And it's ridiculous. So you name it, every fast food chain, I'll be having that almost every day. In fact, in the mornings, I would have sausage and egg McMuffin meal with a large coffee and a donut every single morning. And I'll eat breakfast and then I'll eat breakfast again. And it was just a cycle. And then crazy thing happened is that when I was walking halfway through the station, in the States, they call it subway. Mm-hmm. I had a mild heart attack symptom where my heart was pulsating. I froze. My ankle was swollen. I was overweight, to the max. And it was that moment of time I said, you know what? I just got to change my life. I just don't know how. So I walked out, went on my day, came back, and I said, holy crap, I'm going to do this. So I went to the newsagent store, which, you buy your newspaper, and I got a Men's Health magazine. And I got to find these 6-pack abs. I don't know what it was. I cut him out, cut his face out, replaced with my face on it, and I put it on a door. And every single day I would see my face, my fat face, on this 6-pack ab cut up person. And I was just visualizing. And at the time, I didn't have any personal development, didn't have any trainer or coach to show me. I just said, I looked at this. And then the next day, I said, something came on my mind. I need to get some help. I realized that I couldn't do it alone. I needed support. And that's when I invested in a personal trainer and a nutritional coach. And you know what? And I realized that the greatest investment, people say it's investments like property, stocks, and shares, but the greatest investment is yourself. It's personal development. It's having that resilient mindset, and that's when within 16 weeks, I transformed myself from a fat bod into a 6-pack abs. But it wasn't just because I got the 6-pack abs. It's because, wow, if I'm able to change my life, I'm able to change others. And I thought, whoa. And then someone challenged me, Jez, you want to compete? You want to compete in bodybuilding? I said, you know what? I did it, and I became a fitness model at the time, and then top 10 in my state. And after that, that's when I realized, holy crap! I realized it was 3 aspects of my life, and we'll probably share that what those 3 aspects is to really perform better, becoming not only the best version of yourself, but become greater. And I think a lot of people that I've seen and coach is, yes, they say, oh, I want to become the better version of myself. But we're only human, right? So we only hit at top of the lid, that threshold, but it's that mental toughness to take you to that greater level, right? So it's like a good level, and that's like your best version. What I'm talking about, the greater level, is that tenacity. It's that level up attitude to say, you know what, despite of where I am, whether it's the nose, you build that tougher skin of resiliency, but it's that mental toughness, right? And then I did a podcast episode. Her name's Colonel Deb Lewis, been in the military for 34 years. She's a woman of leadership. Like, she is like tough as nuts. But what she said, she kind of called me out, says, Jez, it's not about resiliency. It's about mental toughness. It's about going in day out, that drives your passion. And then 3 things I realize why people don't get motivated. 3 things. 1 is your reasons are not big enough. So when you don't have those reasons, there's no energy, there's no life. You wake up the next day like, meh, right? But if you come with a different mindset, and you got the bigger reason, yes, I'm doing this because of my family. I'm doing this because, I want to get out of the rut. I'm doing this because I know that I've got a gift inside of me ready to shine into the world so people can see and be amazed by it, right? You come up with that reason, you wake up the next day feeling different, feeling extra motivated, but it's inspired effort, not required effort. And that's why people struggle so much, is because, I'm required to do this, but they're not inspired to do it. So you come with, I have to do it, or because you want to do it. And that desire comes with that reasons. That's number 1. Number 2 is you haven't made a choice. You haven't decided yet. So you're living in limbo land, and you're just thinking about it. And it's the 3 old men of life: hoping, wishing, and waiting. I hope one day. Oh, I just wish. Oh, I'll just sit on it and wait. And what happens 5 years down the track? You're still the same person.
Yep.
Right. And I can really adjust to what you're doing is the preparation that you do in your life and the gigs that you're doing. You come out with passion, you come with zest, and that's amazing. Who travels 5 hours away from where you are to where you're going, right? But it's that desire, and opportunities only come to those who actually take action, and you're doing it, and that is amazing. So those who are listening in Rockshana's podcast show, you just got to take action right now. And if you're feeling that tingling and you feel that fire within, my goodness, you just got to step up, right? Because you can never change your past, but what you can do right now is change your future by making a choice today. If you're listening right now, you make that choice, a yes to yourself, and then you work out the how later on. But if you have that subconscious decision, and that's the reason why people don't get motivated, is because they don't make a choice and a decision. And last is situations. You place yourself in a situation where there's no growth, there's no support, and that environment does not even lift you higher, right? And so even Oprah Winfrey says, you need to be with people that lift you higher, and that type of environment. So if you're in that environment of support, grace, that knows who you are and what you're capable of, and the potential inside of you, and you're in that situation, it will be very different. And that's 3 reasons why people don't get motivated.
I gotta agree with all three of those reasons. I like 100%. Like I shoot hands down. Yeah, that's it. And it's interesting because when I tell my clients, because I do coaching, and I tell them
Yeah.
like, all right, like you want to do this, okay, you have to make the choice. I can't make the choice for you. I can be your support system, but at the end of the day, you're the one that has to make the choice. You can say,
Come on.
okay, I'm gonna do it, but if that's an empty promise to yourself, that's not a choice. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to get anything
Exactly.
done. You're not going to progress. So I 100% agree with what you're saying. Those are the three reasons. That's all the ball.
Yeah. And through that, I knew those three keys. I knew that in order for me to level up and perform better and not hit a threshold and that lid, it was three things. And I realized through my journey, through my body transformation, and then using that as my business moving forward and becoming a motivational speaker, like even getting better, is number one is the mindset. We all know that, right? 80% your mindset, 20% is execution, but it's that 100% of dedication and focus,
Yeah.
right? But it's that mindset. But with that mindset, you need to have habits. If you have poor habits, it's not you probably be like, yay, but that's just a phase, right? But motivation really is not a feeling. It's not a phase, it's a decision. Whether you like it or not, whether you feel like in the next day, you make a choice, right? And so there'll be days where like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore, but you made a choice. So regardless, you will do it, right? So motivation is a decision. So it's that mindset, but it's really that habits. What is your structure? How do you strategize in replacing those bad habits? You need a support system, right? So you need to build great habits. And as your journey, man, you need to build great habits because you will falter, right? 100%. That's number one. And then number two is, what is your vision? And, people have different take, oh, put a vision board or write it down. But that vision is what you see, right? The problem that I see with a lot of people is they put a vision, but they don't see themselves in that vision. They don't future pace themselves and having that internal belief, right? You need to have faith, like you need to have that self-belief, and that stems through your mindset, your belief system, your values, etc., all that basic stuff. But it's that vision, and then you attach it to your goals. But you need to believe in your goals. A lot of people don't. That's why people say, oh, New Year's resolutions. But the goals is it needs to attach again to these three things, like the reasons, the decisions, but it's that focus and that foundation, right? So there's a principle called frameworks will always create outcomes. If you have a framework to work on that has a 30, 60, 90-day goal that's realistic, but gives you those reasons, then you're going to get the result that you require because that's going to be your mission, right? And then the third and final one is improvements, performance. That comes with three specific things of performance. Number one is purpose. We all know that's important. We need to be productive. And when you have productivity, then you become more profitability. So you become more profitable in your business or in your life, whether it's physical or whether it's intangible, but you start to bring more value and you see more value in yourself. Like, wow, I can do this. Yeah. So those are three things that you can do. So the mindset and habits, that's number one. Number two is your vision and your goals. And number three is performance and improvements. We're always here to improve and get better every single day.
Right. When you were on your journey,
Mm-hmm.
after having that mild heart attack and going through it, what was the hardest part for you within what you feel like the three goals, like the three keys? Which one was the most hardest one for you?
Just habits, because I was so used to eating, but I attached that with that fear, like, oh my goodness, I'm probably gonna die. I'm probably not gonna get married. Like, all these things start to falter, right? It's just like I was just thinking all these things, and I said, I have to change. If I don't want to experience this pain anymore. And a lot of people get to that stage of feeling the pain, but you can actually avoid those pains. And I think if you want to be successful in life, whether it's your health, wealth, happiness, or even your spiritual life, then you've got people who've been there before 5 years or even more years down the track. And you want to learn from the experience. So Rockshana, you've got so many experience in life and what you do as an amazing human being that you are. and you've got that ample experience. If someone comes to you and asking for coaching, they're getting that type of years of experience to avoid those years of mishaps, missteps, aches, and pains. This is the reason why you need a coach. This is the reason why you need someone to be in your corner, to cheer you on, to guide you through the process. Because if you don't, you'll be stuck weeks, months, or even years. Why would you want to waste your time and your life knowing that you're going to lose 5 years of life when you know that you can level up in 5 weeks and compress the time that you have with your coach? This is the reason why you need a coach. This is the reason why you need someone in your corner to help inspire you, but to really change your mindset so you can change your life.
Yeah, that's like my caption. That's my sales pitch. I mean, I should just have you walk around and do the sales pitch for me. That was awesome.
They need you, Rockshana. The people need you because you've gone through the hard yards, but you've got so much value to give. And you know what? I'm telling you right now. I said I was talking to my mentor, and I said, "Man, I'm struggling with money." Like he goes, "Gez, if you focus on the right things, right?" And I think so many people tend to think, about money, and obviously that's natural to think that way. But if you see yourself as value, money will always be attached to value, right? And if you have that mindset, you will never have a problem with money again, right? Because when you start to think of value, things will pop up. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking this way. I have a certain belief in that system, blah, 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 blah. And then you start to rewire things of, okay, I need to be part of a support system. I need to find mentors. I need to be in a right environment. And that's really key, right? So value, and if you see yourself as a value, man, you become unstoppable.
Yeah. I think there's a lot to say to that, seeing yourself as a value. People and the mindset, putting those together. A lot of people who lack this self-confidence or the self-love to do anything, it's because they don't see themselves that way. They listen to what the negativity they've heard. They just don't have that perception. And I always tell people all the same, beauty in the eyes of the beholder, right?
Yeah.
Put value into the place of that word of beauty.
Yes.
Now stare into the mirror and see what everyone else sees. See why people are attracted to you, why people want to do this with you. So it's putting them together and then moving forward, getting the gears move forward. So yeah, I agree with you on I agree with you on a lot. Yeah. We need to be best friends. We need to hang out. We need to be BFF.
No, for real. Like who does that? Like who travels a lot, right? Like from the distance. But there's something inside of you that just gets you going. And that's why people are so gravitated to you. Like, wow, if Rockshana can do this, I know that I can as well. Yeah. And you've paved the way. That's the reason why, man, invest in yourself. Because if you see yourself as an asset, anything you do becomes profitability. Everything that you do is driven with purpose. Everything you do is driven by that power of potential, right? And they're just waiting to see who you are. People are waiting. They're urging, man, I need to see this person, right? And you just got to show up. Because 80% of success is by showing up. And that's what Woody Allen says, right? 80% is by showing up. And, here we are showing up. And people that's listening to this amazing podcast show is showing up to listen to this. Make the choice today. Because the choices that you make today will determine your future and your tomorrow.
Yes, make the choice. If you don't make the choice, if you don't make the choice for you, no one's going to make it for you.
Exactly, right? 100%.
Or if they do, it's not the choice you want. They really made the choice for themselves that they thought would be best for you, but it never turns out that way. It never turns out the way you want it to when you just let someone blindly make your choices.
Yeah. So Rockshana, what gives you meaning and fulfillment? What gives you the juice? I mean, like people come to you and like, what gets you going? What gets you excited every single time?
I love change. I mean, don't change the dressing I use on my salad, but I love the growth and the change that happens in people when they actually want to put their step forward and do something, when they want to make that choice and do something. I've seen people comment to me and can barely speak to their coworker, let alone ask their boss for a raise. And after our sessions and coaching and going through they're now going out to parties by themselves and asking for a raise and finding their own value of a person and doing all this other stuff. And the change for people is just, it's amazing. It's the growth. Even when I teach classes, you know, watching the kids come in first day, not knowing anything, just can't do it. And then seeing them 12 months later, and all of a sudden they're just blossoming and just the confidence boost. I love that. The self-change that people have, that is fun. It drives me. It's like, oh, let's get in there and let's do it.
Love it. Oh, that's so big.
Yes, it's awesome. So how do people find you, to talk to you, to get you to speak to them? You know, like, where do we find Gez?
Oh yeah, so easy. So I have a motivational app. It's on Android and Apple Store. It's completely free. Just type in Gez Perez Thrive, so Gez, and then Perez, Perez, and Thrive, Thrive, and you see my motivation app, and it's got a free resources, got everything that you need to get you started. It's even got a motivational assessment tool that shows you where your motivation levels are, and it's just free content, videos, audios, everything at your fingertips to help you grow and succeed. And then there's a link if you want to get in touch with us and my team, and then we can go from there. So it's really easy. And then that's pretty much it. You can reach out, and that's how they can reach me.
That's cool. That's interesting. Your app is just free material.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Free content.
I may have to download the app myself.
Yeah. Oh man.
Review and see how that is, and then let everyone know. No, I'm just kidding. Well, thanks, Gez. I really appreciate you coming on, and like your passion. It's too bad I don't do video, because the passion that you have, maybe I'll just do a clip of just you and post it out there. The way you express that, and you know, your drive is oozing off of the screen. I love it.
Oh man, I can sense your ooziness of motivation and inspiration. Like seriously, I think when you have two people who know what it takes to take the next level, and that you have synergy, and you know, and values align, and just becoming better and helping others along the way, there's sense of just that connection and collaboration, what we're doing. And I'm telling you right now, those who are listening, you know, not only just follow Rockshana, but really get in touch with her, because I know that you're listening and you're thinking, I need to take action now. I need a coach. I need someone to help. Do that right now. I encourage you, those who are listening, all the links are provided on the show notes. You just got to touch that link and get in touch, because it's going to change your life. Yeah, let's change lives. Okay, so that was awesome. I feel inspired by Gez, and I like knowing that I'm just not pulling stuff out of my ass. You know, a lot of us coaches, a lot of us speakers say the same thing, not verbatim, but it's just there. If your coach is telling you something way out of the woodwork, then you know that worked for them and that's their process. Gez and I apparently have very similar, the same process. So work with me, work with him, do what you got to do. Help yourself move forward. That's what we're here for. We just want to help you build in being the best version of you. That's it. I'm your host, Rockshana. Today's guest was Gez Perez. Be sure to tune in each week for a new episode. And remember, everything and anything goes. The sky is the limit. Music for the Things That Nature podcast is an original track by Jared Sacramento called Dosage.